Alright, CSS battle time, and we have almost a power button. Alright, last 2 days haven't been too great. Solutions, they're done, but not great. Let's see if we can do better this time. Alright, I think it's a radial gradient on 2 elements. Gonna need a border or a box shadow on one of them. Alright, so questioning my life choices. So, I mean, this looks like a radial gradient right here in the middle, right? Dead center, that's just so easy to do that. But then this thing could be a radial gradient positioned at the bottom left corner. And then it could be the body with a little bit of a border on it, just moved up. That would be easy. We could even reuse this gradient just by putting an font-based value on this portion so that the blue ends up being solid. It looks like the same radius. Yeah. We theoretically could also do a border. Is put the width as 0 or change the color on one of the borders things and then rotate by 45 degrees, because usually if you don't, it's top right and it is this angled chord. Is it? Do I need to rotate it? Now I'm questioning whether it is. I might not need to rotate. But then we have to have border radius. Yeah, I'm gonna start with my original plan, and if I let's just get it. Let's get something on paper. How about that? Radial gradient. We're gonna do 1Q to make our circle aspect ratio. We're gonna do the beigey color for 100 pixels or so. I'm not sure if that's right. And then we're gonna go to blue. All right, let's look at our sizing. It is not right. We are more like 60, 70. Oh, okay, great. Always love it when it's a weird amount. Okay, I think this is 30 pixels, and then we go back to beige. No, 30 pixels more than that one, because we already knew the outside ring was 100 pixels. Okay, we have our ring. It's done. 70 pixels. Let's see what that is in a font-based unit. 74Q, 3.9 LH. That could work. 4.3. Okay, let's go with 3.9 LH. 3.9 LH, because we're just going to be eliminating that to 0 on the body. A star. That's what I was doing. The other thing I have to do is change our at value here. So let's do a var man, I have to give it a value. It won't let me just I don't want to have to declare center on the one that just is already centered just to reposition it. What could I do? All right. Oh, wait. Okay, I just have to put 150% in there. Okay, that's a little bit better than having to do both values for horizontal and vertical. Still not great, but saves us here. So let's put our out. Let's set this to what we want. We want 0, 100%. We want font to be 0. Okay, and then we want a margin. We're almost there. Instead of 0, 100%, I wonder if we, okay. I wonder if I can actually just set a value and I don't have to put a border on this. I think that Utain. Oh, no, that won't work because, oh yeah, no, it will work. I do 0, 100%, but then I have to change this area. Okay. It might be shorter just to write another gradient with the two variables. Okay, going too fast. There we go. I still have line. There we have it. All right, let's get it margined properly. So we're gonna have 0 on the top. Right's gonna be, let's just say 0, 200. That's too much. 150. That seems about right, actually. And then 150. Let's move it more. No, not quite there. 200. Okay. So then, will this work? Well, at least we'll get our relationships. So let's go. Yeah, so we have to declare our image is going to be that quarter circle, and then we can just push it up. 20 pixels, okay, and negative 20 pixels. Can I close that? No, I can't. Let's get rid of outline. That's not going to work. There you go. We'll have to submit again just to see if this works. I don't like it. I think this is getting too fancy to be good, you know? Like it's just overthinking simple things. All right, 211 right there. Let's go ahead and let's see. Okay, that's good. $38, $37, $38, $39, $6. Yeah, that doesn't work. All right, $150. So we didn't really save anything there because I don't have a space at the end of that one. All right. Oh well. It was worth exploring the margins there. See if they would work. Let's reduce down. This is 5VW. Same with this one. Okay. Those two variables, that's 24 characters. I'm going to have to test whether just writing a whole nother gradient is just better. If I do that, I don't have to do font. I don't have to do a lot of things. All right, 154. Let's submit it, and then let's make the changes. All right. 70 pixels there. We're going to get rid of this. I'm going to remove that variable. And then we're going to come here. Margin can stay. Font can go. And we're going to go background, radial. Let's close it off so I can get the autocomplete going there. Okay. 1Q at 50%. No, 0, 100% to get our bottom left. And you can use on these gradients, you can use those values that make sense. Okay, we're going to go blue. 100 pixels. Ooh, caps lock was on. All right, and then yellow or beige, and then 20 pixels, negative 20 pixels. Let's do the proper. The cat's being very needy right now. Okay, where are we at? 168. Okay, so it was shorter to use the variables because that is a pretty lengthy gradient. All right, let's look at this again. Let's bring up our good solution. I am moving the position. I'm changing the gradient. No, hello cat. And then I am changing. So the at variable is getting changed. I wonder. Does that help me any? No, it's exactly the same because I still have a space here and I have to put a space in there. So it doesn't change anything, but oh, it does change things. It does change things because I'm rewriting it. I'd have to put this would have to be at. I'd have to add the at in here. So, okay, we looked at that. I feel like I'm in a like I've gone down this path and now I'm like locked in. I can't really think of anything different. So I did just delete all that, and it's because I want to see what happens if I do a more traditional border solution. And blue. All right, border. Probably needs to be more than 2 inch, but let's just see what we can get. It's too much margin. Let's back that off. 50 is good, and then 80, no, 100. Okay, we got our circle. So that's 117 characters so far right there. There's some things that'll probably clean up. Now, to make that break, I could change the border color. Man, I'm just blanking on the best way to go about doing that. Like, what's ultimately going to be shorter? I don't think this is going to be shorter already. Because if we do border width, and we do 2 inch, 0, 2 inch, 2 inch, right? Something like that. Nope, wrong. I was thinking border radius right there. That was, yeah, clearly wrong. Yeah, okay, that's right. Border width is not the way to do it. It's border color. Border left, border top color. Let's do border top color. It's the shortest. Yeah. Oh, beige or transparent. There we go. Yeah, this does need to rotate. Like I said, 45 degrees, and we get this. But now, okay, so we have that ending perfectly. So now we just need to make this quarter piece. And would that happen if our body, I'm going to explore this. I don't think this is a good solution, but I'm going to explore. Yeah, okay, look at our body. It looks like a Pac-Man circle right now. Which is actually kind of interesting that it does. Let's go margin 0. Okay, filled in like that. But if our border, I'm going to do a long solution. I'm just going to explore a little bit, and I don't think it's good. If we went really big on that, right? And we know the radius is actually 100. going to go -30 on this. And we invert those colors. We have our wedge, right? So border color is going to be what do we want? We want for that, okay. Oops, what's happening? Okay, I don't know what was happening, but it wasn't good. All right, not that one. It's rotated. I don't know what I'm doing now. Not that one. Let's make it the top one. No. I think it has to be the last one. Oops. Ugh, I pressed the wrong button. Okay. This is wild. Rotate back up 0 degrees. All right, we have, oh, well, it's transparent, so I don't know why the border's not showing underneath. I know why, because our background is not transparent. Like I said, I'm not doing a good solution here. I'm just, oh, and if our background is transparent, we don't get that beige. Oh, we need to move this. I'm not messing with, this is a bad solution, so I'm not messing with what am I saying? With margins. Trying to move it around with just margins. Oh man. I don't think I want to mess with translate either. Not for a bad solution. Anyways, we could get it if I just did the right values here. We would have, but it's rotated, so, oh god. Don't move things on a 45-degree axis. It's terrible. Yeah, but that would work. But goodness, there has to be a lot of changes. So doing it like strictly with borders, I don't think there's something there. There's too much that is flip-flopped. I don't think, yeah, I think the radial gradients is kind of the way to go. I don't think I found the best way. But I guess I'm happy with this. So radial gradient with a couple of variables to repurpose it for on the body. Yeah. All right. Well, that was a lot of fun. I'm glad it took a little bit of time to explore things. That's how I learn. Hope you're having fun with this, and I will catch you later.